They're giving a lot of respect to Kaka.
Yeah, they're leaving the coddle out there, even with Night Stalker banned. First pick, Furion. He finally made it. First pick. Best hero of the tournament, I think.
Bulldog's back.
Oh my gosh, we're going to have a split push ratty tournament finals. These EU teams are the worst.
Well, best. Some from EU.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm sure USA out there in the crowd is taking claim of Team Liquid right about now. I saw a couple USA flags and I heard a couple chants.
Yeah, Team Liquid's got a long heritage.
It's just kind of the American way, right? We just take the teams. There's Navi with USA chants all around.
Tumba Man is Finnish. Miracle from Jordan. Mind Control from Bulgaria.
That's about as American
PH
as it
from
gets.
Lebanon. Hiroki, Germany. International lineup.
It's cool, man. Teams, we see that so much more nowadays. Players from all over the world wanting to win, working with people in different countries, different cultures.
Don't forget the Korean coach.
Yes, Korean coach. They just want to win.
That's the Bloodseeker right there.
We saw Bloodseeker paired with Earth Spirit every single game that NewBee played in the winners bracket finals versus LFY. And here they're choosing it right after Nyx Assassin.
Curious if Liquid will actually put another hero together with the Prophet against the Bloodseeker to pressure him, or if they would actually even go aggro try against it and put the Prophet safe lane.
That's the thing, though. I think NewBee will be a little bit smarter about securing Bloodseeker a better lane. I know they can play it. Mugi can play it in either safe lane or off lane, and then SCCC could also play it in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think the reason we've seen before, now we see that Earth Spirit is banned, but they like this Earth Spirit with Bloodseeker, of course, because we deal a lot of damage to a lot of heroes.
Would you have thought in the grand finals teams would just be like, GH, you take Coddle. Try it.
Well, given that he's 9-1 on Earthshaker, no, excuse me, 10-1 now.
Yeah.
They actually picked the Nyx as well, like maybe to make sure that they don't go Call in the second pick here on Liquid, because Nyx is one of the best heroes against Call, to find him when he's farming in the jungle, and with the Carapace to, I don't know.
To grab the blinding, or the Illuminates?
Yeah, to catch him and damage him, of course, as well.
Also good against Furion. The Nyx finding him throughout the game and kind of keeping Furion's split push in check. Going to the Slardar, when have we seen Team Liquid? I know we've seen them play it.
They played it before last time. They played it with Darkseer and Wyvern, I think.
Okay.
But that didn't go so well. They lost that one game against...
Yeah, I don't love that hero for Mind Control.
Yeah, virtually every game that Team Liquid has done the Slardar Darkseer combo, it's been very difficult games, even the times that they have won.
GH has been playing Slara quite good though, at least. It's kind of as a shaker in a way, which he's been playing a lot as well.
Do you think we'll also see the Broodmother ban here in the second phase? LFY banned Huskar and Broodmother in all 3 of the games in the second phase?
Could be possible.
What do you think about Drow for Liquid?
It's you like Drow versus Bloodseeker?
I mean, if there's no Darkseer, I think if they have a lot of heavy physical damage and the Bloodseeker just can't fight you because they have too much damage, and I also feel like they could pressure the lane very heavily with this Prophet with Drow Aura, getting some backup maybe from the Slaughter in the off lane.
They could. I think it's risky. It's not really where Liquid has been this tournament, so it'd definitely be a bold pick. I also think Bloodseeker, like once it gets past us, there's like a timing on the Drow lineup where the Bloodseeker, he starts getting his SNY, his BKB, his Radiance, and then I think it's impossible for a Drow lineup to deal with him. Also, Lich still in the pool. We saw that hero be incredibly effective against Drow strategies. Lich might be a good pick for NewBee here. Not super great against Furion, but that Ice Armor, you can't underestimate that up against this Slardar.
I want to ask a little bit about the bans that we're seeing out of NewBee, or excuse me, the bans that we're seeing out of Team Liquid, because NewBee's bans look very much so. Team Liquid plays all 3 of those heroes a lot and have won a lot of drafts with just strong play from those. But we have Tidehunter banned right away from Team Liquid.
I think it's because NewBee has been playing a lot around their team fight, and Tide is one of the best heroes to team fight. As well as maybe they want to pick some like melee safe lane hero on Liquid that's Tide like first.
He's really good up against these first 2 heroes.
Yeah.
The Kraken Shell will just remove amplified damage. And
that's true as well.
And he usually builds mech, and he doesn't really care about Prophet's right clicks that much.
Exactly. Slardar is going to die in Ravage like, what, 9 out of 10 times? That'd be cool to see some Tidehunters. I want to see some Tidehunters, some Enigmas, some big team fight.
Could it be a Lycan pick for Liquid, and that is why they ban both Axe and Tide?
It's not out of it. It is into a Bloodseeker though as well. So
yeah, Bloodseeker's been pretty good against Lycan.
That is true. That's not the best pick.
5 seconds remaining.
Broodmother ignored.
Yeah, maybe that's why we're seeing this axe inside bans, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great point.
Fourth pick brewed.
Yeah, strong heroes to go up against the little spiderlings.
NewBee knows what's coming, though. That was an intentional decision of theirs to ban Venomancer instead of Broodmother. They'll have a plan for it.
And at the same time, for Liquid, banning these Axe might have been a way for them to try to get the Venomancer to trick NewBee into thinking that it's a Brood pick, to ban the Brood instead, and being able to get the Venomancer themselves for Liquid. It's a lot of mind the games.
Crystal Maiden's getting so much attention.
Yeah.
Do you think she's a fast enough hero to keep up with Liquid's playstyle?
I think she allows Bloodseeker to play really fast, and also Nyx. And I think it should be okay if they pair it up with something else that benefits. I really like the Nova against this. It's
Could you define the term fast? Just, I feel like we're using that vocabulary a lot, and I'm not sure people understand.
in what sense? Okay, I guess in the sense that she comes online early, or
Yeah, like what makes a hero fast?
well, I think that
we're
depends. That depends on how you use it, or you know. But I think most of the time when you talk about a fast hero, you talk about like Slaughter is fast because he runs fast, but he's not necessarily a fast hero because he comes online only after he gets his Blink Dagger.
Sure.
And usually when you talk about fast heroes, it's a hero that doesn't really need any items to be effective early on, or doesn't need much time to become effective.
By the time Crystal Maiden's level 5, she has 2 abilities,
Yeah, but levels 1 through 4,
and then can
she's kind of
easily-
slow.
Yeah, can regenerate a whole lot of mana for her team. Makes very influential in ganks.
Here comes the Batrider as well for NewBee that LFY have against this Prophet.
An extremely fast lifestealer pick for Team Liquid.
Yep.
Slaughter Nyx.
Yeah, we got the Slaughter Nyx combo. Lifestealer also a hero that lanes incredibly well against Batrider. Can actually solo that matchup with the magic stick.
Yeah, he doesn't care about Maiden or Nyx at all either.
It's gonna be very hard to gank this Lifestealer.
We've seen this sort of shape to a Liquid lineup before, where they go for an insanely hard carry at the very last pick, an Alchemist last pick with just these heroes, not even having Lifestealer be the main position 1.
It's possible. I feel like Miracle's going to be playing the Lifestealer. I think that they've kind of adjusted to this strategy where Miracle's always playing the 1, but Tumble Man being a little bit more versatile with his pick, playing lots of different styles of heroes.
They looks like that they want to pick this mid hero though with the Lich, or maybe they're gonna put the Lich safe lane. I see some teams do it, but I don't really like it so much.
Isn't this the Lifestealer plus Lich? Isn't that what LFY did against Liquid just now?
Yes.
In game 1,
Yep.
up against the Bloodseeker.
Yep, the Lifestealer, even when he got ruptured, he just kind of stood his ground, and if any spells came his way, he used Rage, and he just kind of sat there and said, "Come at me."
Yeah, and I know you also talked a little bit about like you like the matchup Prophet against Bat, or you think it's at least.
I think the laning phase is fine, but I think the later the game goes, Batrider gets really, really good in that matchup. Nature's Prophet just has no escape mechanism, so if the Batrider gets on top of him, he just kind of drops.
So as we're getting into these final picks, what is the composition for Team Liquid looking like as a whole team, and what's the composition of NewBee looking like?
A little low in the team fight here for Team Liquid, but they've got great pick-off with the Lifestealer Slaughter Bombs that are going to come out. Nature's Prophet can also TP in and follow up on those ganks. They probably needs a second initiator, I think, depending on Slardar, especially as he is kind of that slow hero and doesn't come online until he gets a Blink Dagger. I'd like to see them get another form of initiation, so that way they can secure those kills to get him his Blink Dagger.
And what do you see as that last hero? Is there anything that you have in mind?
We still have, I mean, I don't think Miracle would play Puck. I don't think Matumba Man would either.
Might be something more carry heavy to fit with the Lich
Yeah.
mid.
And what about NewBee as a team?
What about them, Sean?
Tell me kind of what are their strengths, their weaknesses?
Well, their strengths is that they haven't lost a series yet in this main event.
But a lot of pick-off with both Batrider and Nyx. Nyx can go around enemies and try to find people, and Batrider can also find kills on Prophet and Lich at least.
The CM aura is going to be incredibly helpful for their team, especially in the early game, running around, constantly being able to fight.
Queen of Pain, the final ban. And Troll Warlord, the final pick for Team Liquid, helped them edge that win out against Team Secret, and they've enjoyed it with their push-heavy
They have
strategy.
some seriously heavy physical damage right now.
They are-
Troll also one of those heroes that people like playing with the Nature's Prophet. He just gives you a lot more damage. Like when you have this Slaughter, he can run around even without the Nakes now. And just, you crush one guy, and if Prophet is nearby, you just press Troll ult, and the guy's dead.
They've got 50 seconds here to make a pick. What is a? How do we feel about maybe Sven?
You think it's going to be a mid Bloodseeker then?
Yeah, I mean, they could still, I don't know, I think they can get pretty flexible with their lanes. I think it's, Liquid's going to be doing some sort of like dual lane setup with the roaming Slardar, so I imagine the whole lane phase is going to be a little free for both teams. NewBee's only really going to have to worry about that Furion porting in and helping out that Slardar secure kills. Any anti-physical damage heroes? There's still a Timbersaw who can get a lot of reactive armor. Sven with the Warcry. I mean, I'm thinking armor, right? Armor or something.
Sven is quite physical heavy himself though against the Lich.
I feel like Sven would be very clumsy.
Wow.
Oh, Lina. Well, of course, Lina. Almost certainly going to be going mid. Yep, SCCC loaded on. Very strong at hitting towers.
NewBee's early game is really fast.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, NewBee has a lot of heroes that can come online early with levels. Team Liquid, physical damage strong lineup. It's time to head down to the casters for our very first game of the Grand Finals.
The biggest series of the Dota 2 year. It's the place where immortals are crowned, and it is the International Grand Final. I am Toby1 here with Synderen. We will take you through this best of 5 series. So far, Synderen, NewBee and Liquid, we have our drafts for game 1. What are your thoughts?
I like Liquid in this one, honestly. I think they got a lot of the heroes that they have been very successful with. The composition of their lineup looks very solid to me. Good laning, good fighting later on. Great ways of picking off on the map, great vision. Actually, something both teams have is a good way of finding vision. I think what the panel said is important. NewBee's lineup is fast at coming online, and I think they need to start taking the fights early and shut down these cores of Liquid, because 2 physical damage cores late game with Slardar, Corrosive Haze can be very difficult to deal with. And I don't know about NewBee's lineup scaling potential so much.
It does seem a little odd, like maybe if we're looking at the old Alina, maybe we'd be like, hey, this has actually been really powerful. I kind of want to touch a little bit on mind control. We have that Nature's Prophet back in. It was a huge star in the previous series. Now he's up against Batrider, up against Nyx Assassin. How is he meant to deal with this? Do you actually look to have mind control play a very similar role as fine?
It's definitely going to be a hard test for him, this one. I think it's harder than all of the games he had against LFY on Nature's Prophet, for sure. Some great counters in that regard. And I think we're going to expect less, at least I personally am going to expect less of a massive impact out of Mind Control's hero, just the way it works in this game. But he doesn't, that doesn't say too much, because in the last games he was completely outstanding. So if he even has less impact, it can still be very impactful. But it is certainly a very difficult Nature's Prophet game. And NewBee will want to try to, I think early on, try to get these skirmishes going. I think that's something their lineup is very good at. Using this Nyx Assassin Batrider's fast heroes and then combining it with a Bloodright and just in general the passive of the Bloodseeker, that thirst to snowball fights, I think is what it's going to be all about.
Well, NewBee already looking to try and find their first snowball. It's a 4-man smoke maneuver into the Dire jungle, looking for an opening. Matumbaman is the only one from Team Liquid there, while Liquid doing a little bit more of a similar thing. Mind Control and GH just trying to secure more of these bounty runes. So either side, just trying to poke around, see if they can find an opening. They do not want to make a mistake. You do not want to be one game down in this best of 5 series.
I think that is something important to keep in mind as well for this, that it is a best of 5. Best of 5s have a tendency of getting very different from best of 3s if they go the stretch. Obviously, because if it's 3-0, then it still takes pictures of 3 games. But these teams will be learning about each other as they play. They obviously are very prepared for this matchup, but there will be some new things emerging throughout this series that will take priority. We already saw the first step toward this series was giving Liquid that Nature's Prophet, and Liquid choosing to first pick it over the Coddle has already been their first adaptation to this matchup. And there's going to be more of that coming later on. So the first game, as you said, every game is massively important,
GH,
but you need to look for
that
the
observer wall has been dewatered. He just tried to go for the denial. It won't happen, however. SC was able to get the first hit on that one, but it does reveal the fact that GH was prepping himself for a gank in mid. Running this dual lane mid, Lich and Troll Warlord, that's a lot of harassment, but of course it goes the other way. We've almost gone back into group stage meta with Nyx Assassin harassing out the mid. Only difference is it's not an Intel core mid.
I think this is the worst mana burn I've ever seen on one. You mana burn a troll, he has 14 int. This is like the dumbest hero in Dota. And you know, it doesn't really have that high of an impact.
You're offending Ogre by doing that. KP on bottom lane, a little bit of trouble. GH actually able to get that first crush off. The body blocking from the trees. Mind Control! You said if NewBee had even a small amount of the impact he had in that lower bracket series, it'd already be great, but that was all set up from the tree and block into the stun, into a second wave of tree and block. And KP, a hard lane for him on bottom.
They take full advantage of Bad Rider not being level 2. This body block is going to become impossible once he reaches that level 2 unless Firefly's on cooldown. And Liquid identifying that this is a move they can make now and only now with GH. We've been seeing a lot of great plays from him throughout this tournament. Just, I think what defines this player more than anything is just game sense. Like, GH has a very good eye for what works at what times in the game and how he should move around, and that's in a position 4 player in this patch, that is like the highest quality you can have, is that game sense.
We have a lane switch, middle lane, Courier snipe, mind control, coming in for the kill on SEC. Miracle was already diving into the tower, thanks to Nyx Assassin rotating towards bottom. Miracle and Kuro were not being punished for their dive. Mind control, however, might, but GH in the neighborhood. They're going to look for the double crush, and GH, he'll connect, a double kill for mind control, and GH, he's trying to get in front of him, almost attempting to get just in the line of Kaka. So he cannot go through the trees. It won't work, and Team Liquid, they are everywhere on this map. SDCC has come back to the mid lane thanks to the Shrine, but I don't know if he really wants to be here. This is a horrendous lane to be in.
This is such an explosive start from Liquid. I think what plays a really big role here is obviously that first blood bottom sets up the Nature's Prophet to start already being active and moving around, getting the Courier Snipe and the kill in mid. And I really dislike the Nyx Assassin skilling Mana Burn level 1. I think if what you're going to use it for is Mana Burning Troll, you're actually hurting yourself more than him. You pay 100 mana to burn like 40, and you know, he could have maybe had the stun earlier, maybe they could have counterplayed or done something bottom for his Bad Rider.
Oh, something bottom, KP. GH again, trying to beat into him. He doesn't have a friend nearby. Lifestealer is currently taking care of the pull. KP was attempting just to break the equilibrium of that bottom lane.
Yeah, Liquid have gone for lane swap because I think the Lifestealer fares really poorly against Bloodseeker in this one-on-one match up top, and Liquid don't want to commit supports to that lane. So instead they're going to send Mind Control up there, who should also be losing this lane. But after what he's already done, I think it's more, it's a better economic choice for Liquid to sacrifice Mind Control a little bit in this sense and then give the Lifestealer a better matchup against the Bad Rider.
Open wounds on bottom, going after KP. GH has to crush the bubble, waiting out a little bit longer. The maximum amount of control time on KP. The Fireflies cutting the trees, and Mateleman happy to walk through it. GH taking a lot of damage for this, but the kill, the fourth one, goes the way of Team Liquid.
This is going to empower Mugi a bit in that top lane with the Thirst kicking in, but still won't be able to run down Mind Control just yet.
That's a good thing to keep an eye on too, like how low everybody is and just how quickly Mugi is able to reach that level 6.
NewBee needs to solve this mid lane though. Man, this does not look good for them. They're actually getting completely destroyed in this game. It reminds me of was that game 3 against LFY where Liquid were just completely destroying the early game, and then LFY almost came back off that carry Morphling. I believe that was the 3rd game. In this game, NewBee don't have that powerhouse carry that can bring them back. They really need Bad Rider to have a good game. He's having an awful time as well.
Yep.
Nobody on NewBee is having a good time apart from Bloodseeker. He's like their only hero right now.
Well, what are you going to do to rotate to support the Crystal Maiden? The panel miner says she can come on online early, but right now Faith has been spending more time moving between the lanes trying to help out than being able to level up and farm. In fact, even dying already. So that's why they're just backing off from the lanes, letting Faith get some levels inside of the jungle, letting everyone else rotate, and hoping that SE can use at least his spam with the slave to get control of this mid lane back again for Miracle. I say control, at least get some level of CS. Currently it's 11-0 to a 28-10 CS matchup in the mid. This is more than a stomping. This is what SECC did to LFY when they played against them in the winners bracket final.
I'll be honest with you though, it's pretty hard to play Lina in this game. In that lane, when you're playing against Lich Troll and a TPing Nature's Prophet, yeah, no player in the world can win this lane. Like, it's just not possible. Maybe that bot, if they train the bot a bit more, maybe they can win this matchup, but, you know.
We only have real players in this grand final. Center and bottom lane, already Mateleman going for another dive. KP has to take flight, but the open wounds will slow him down. GH is here. It's a secondary stun. That's all they want, to hold him in position. KP will fall. And Team Liquid, apart
they're even killing him top, maybe.
NewBee able to TP out, Mind Control, they get the vision. And this was the only lane that was going decently for NewBee. And Liquid, with the rotations up, Mind Control being here, and the Frost Blast from Kuro, they'll get the kill on the Bloodseeker.
Something that's really interesting about these Liquid games when they have the Nature's Prophet is it actually reminds me of how they play when they have the IO. It's what enables them to make these super early aggressive rotations around the map, just really put pressure on every single lane. they use the IO in that way, where IO maybe starts mid, wins that mid lane, then can always rotate over to get a kill with their off lane or whatnot. But they're using Nature's Prophet in a similar way, and when you see these games play out and how Liquid has used already in this game the Nature's Prophet and the previous series, it makes you wonder if you should just actually start giving them that shaker just so you can get to play Dota.
They're coming to mid. They're going to try and punish Miracle at the moment. The quick rupture. Miracle still close to the T1 tower. Has to try and run it off. He's got a lot of life, but without a TP scroll, can't really go anywhere. Mind Control wants to Sprout control the hillside. And by the time he finishes the TP, mid lane is already dead. And finally, NewBee will get themselves on the board with a 1-6.
Yeah, I think SC really wanted that kill on Lina. It looked like he was trying to kill secure it, but the Bloodright did get the last hit. I think it's important for NewBee to get SCC online in this game. The Bloodseeker will have a fine time regardless. Like, sure, he died top, but he's the hero that has farm. You need to bring the other heroes into the game. And we see NewBee's approach to this is get the Nyx Assassin that safe lane, get him his level 6. Batrider will move to the stacks in the top side of his jungle. And that way they're trying to activate all of their heroes to maybe start being able to fight Liquid back in a few minutes, which I think is what they need. Like, this pace, their heroes can't keep up unless their supports get levels.
Liquid are looking to keep the pressure right over the Observer ward. GH, now the range creep attacks him, pings out the fact that there is vision from NewBee down there.
Yeah, it's going to show that ward.
Yep.
Else the creep wouldn't have aggroed on him there. So good information for him to have.
And then Mind Control does exactly what he wants to do. Like, you talk about the Batrider leaving the top lane, just do his thing, farming up in the jungle, but Mind Control's up on this top lane, ready to pressure the T1 tower. Just like we saw previously, Moogie, he wants to rupture onto Matomman, coming up into the tower. Here comes GH. It's the same gank over and over again. The Frostbite's nice, but then again, the damage. Kaka can't turn for the stun, and the Infest. He's inside the creep, popping back out. Mind Control will join the fight. Wrath of Nature damage has already been inflicted as GH, he's got sprint off cooldown in 2 seconds time. This will give him the movement speed to catch up to Fate, especially when Mind Control holds him in the Sprout. He's looking for the stun on Moogie. Kuro just lets the ulti go. They may, and yes, they do. They have enough damage to kill off Moogie, turning attention towards Fate. Faith falling for the second time this game.
Moogie was thinking about it on the Bloodseeker there. He was like hesitant, should I turn, should I not turn? Because of the damage that Lifestealer took with that rupture on. Matumbaman actually jumped out of the infest and started running a little bit, giving him a lot of strength. But, you know, the Lich came in from the side. Kuro with this really quick level 6, one of the big benefits of Lich. And he's going to just keep scaling with this max level and sacrifice 8 minutes in.
They're coming again. Bottom lane, Mind Control and Kuro are down here, but as GH, who's patrolling SC's farming in the jungle, Moogie does come to the bottom lane, trying to make that rupture do something. But for the moment, all they can do is try and pincer up GH. He's put an aggressive Observer ward down, so we get a little bit of extra vision. As the rest of Moogie do move over, he'll see Kaka, he'll end up seeing Moogie, GH, and I'll show you how you get out this one. Top lane, the fight's been going in the meantime. Is KP dying, but GH runs off the rupture, so a 1-1 trade-off on the opposite sides of the map.
I think GH was trying to force something out of NewBee there. I mean, he ran into SCC without any allies there. They couldn't have killed him with an Nature's Prophet TP either, so he was trying to scare them, maybe force TPs, try to maybe steal that creep. But NewBee's supports were already in the area, and they basically get themselves a little bit of a freebie on him. It's not the biggest kill ever, but anything right now for NewBee is important.
They'll take it. When they're about 5.8k in net worth behind, they're about 4k in the experience behind. You know NewBee are just begging for anything. Top lane, the Prophet's going to TP in, so well, if NewBee wants it, they can try and take a defense up here, but GH is also rotating around the back past the Radiant Ancients and towards KP, who actually can get sandwiched. That Observer ward down once again. 2 aggressive Observer wards. You wouldn't even think you're 10 minutes into this game, but it reveals KP's position perfectly. So the Crush can come in. KP, he can Firefly and get up the hill. I say he can. He doesn't have the movement speed. Turning on the spot, almost like he's the one getting sticky napalmed up. And now it's 11-2 in favor of Team Liquid, going at more than 1 kill a minute.
Yeah, they're waiting for GH to get level 6, then I think they're just going to take Roche with this Troll. When he gets the Morbid Mask, Troll can usually do it just with Morbid Mask alone, I think, when he's like this level 9. But Miracle is also going to have Ice Armor to help him and the Amplify out of GH. Now the Curse of Haze is online, they're going to smoke. Let's see if that's the exact move they're making.
Yeah, but look,
Kaka is scouting out.
He's there under the cover of Vendetta. Where's your detection? Is a Sentry Ward available for Kuro, but at least Kaka has this information. So here comes NewBee. You can Bloodright, you can find the control. It's Kuro getting caught out. SCCC, he has Laguna Blade. Doesn't want to burn it for just a Lich. He wants a call, but he's not going to live long enough. Matombaman just arrives with so much damage. Even GH getting that follow-up stun onto KP. Firefly is available. He's now going to burn it. Lasso's up too. The double stun from Kaka. Kaka creating space. They're looking towards Slaughter. Anchor the clipping is about to begin. GH unwillingly left on the hill. Where's the stun? Where's the control? GH just TP's out under the cover of Maul. Not too far away. He wants to stay in the fight, so he only went towards the shrine and then back to the mid. But Tubberman with no mana and Mugi moving at very, very fast speed. This is the downside about not TPing all the way back to base. Mugi currently is going at about 700 movement speed on this Bloodseeker. Liquid will not win a position battle with this Bloodseeker.
So NewBee do stop the Roshan, but they end up losing their Lina. So they not just the Lina. They lose the Lina and their courier. I guess I didn't see that, but I'm guessing Mind Control sniped it once again. So they lost courier, they lost Lina, they got nothing out of that except protecting the Roshan. But it feels like Liquid will just be going there again fairly soon, as they are just so far ahead already.
You want a snipe position. The courier died on top of the Radiant throne. That's the death position of the courier.
Sounds like a Nature's Prophet to me. So SC probably regrets not Lagooning the Lich there, right? It's just such a hard call to make because it looked like they were going to get the kill regardless. But Kuro is already fairly tanky with this Ice Armor at level 9. It's not the easiest support to bring down. Actually has the same health on Lich as the mid Lina does right now, being out-leveled by Kuro. That's a pretty bad sign for SC in this game when you're behind the supports, as the mid lane has the most experience this patch, so you're losing really damn hard on your mid hero.
They have to turn the attention back to what we almost said like 5 minutes ago, where NewBee just have to get anything they possibly can out of this map.
Yep.
Laguna Blade go for a kill. They're going to find Tubberman. Kaka walking right over the top of him. Here goes Eruption to start with. Follow-up stun. Rage is available from the Live Sealer, but then again with the silences there, SCCC commits this time with the Laguna Blade ending the killing spree. The sacrifice is the tier 1 tower on bottom lane that Team Liquid took in the meantime.
Matumba knew that was a pretty high-risk play, I think. Just moving in there. His team were taking the bottom tier 1 towers. They felt like, okay, worst case scenario, I die for a tower. But I actually think NewBee weren't going to try to defend that anyway. He's just trying to get some sort of information into the Radiant jungle.
KP's hunting Kuro. He's trying to get vision. Now he's able to get it. Sticky Napalm. 2 stacks up, but Kuro back behind his creep wave and across the river where NewBee will not venture.
This is a really fast Lich. It's 400 move speed. Tranquils and Windlace.
The downside is his mission was to put down this Observer and Sentry, and both will now get dewarded.
Yep.
Thanks to the fact his positioning was scouted out.
This is crucial for NewBee. They have to just hold on to the map. If the map disappears for just a few minutes, then Liquid will take Roche, all the towers, and then eventually you're just not coming back into this game. They have to play, even though they're behind, they have to keep playing fast and try to make aggressive moves. It's what we saw LFY do in that third game that I'll be referencing quite a bit in this game, is that LFY got destroyed in the lanes, and then they played aggressively with smokes. Like, they just ran in and tried to take fights because they knew if they don't do anything, they're going to get starved out on the map and don't even have a chance to come online. So there's a key item coming here. KP will get the Blink Dagger, so respectable 14-minute timing after getting completely destroyed in lane. 5 deaths, 14-minute blink. Pretty good from him.
It's been a rough day at the office for KP. There's no doubting that one. But you look at what target you can actually achieve with this. The Bat Rider is meant to be one of those great pickups to get the Nature's Prophet caught out when Mind Control goes for his split push. But if you look at Mind Control's items, he's at 2.6k gold, very rapidly approaching that Shadow Blade. So invis detection will be essential. They're going to try and do it the old-fashioned way. 3 heroes smoke up, down mid. They'll team up with SCCC. But Team Liquid already have 4 heroes at their tier 1 tower. They're ready to defend this.
And I think Miracle instantly pinged out SC just appearing out of nowhere. So I think they know the smoke is happening. He didn't attack out of fog. He actually attacked in the creep vision. So Miracle has the info, and I don't think.
KP, 5 flight up. Miracle's the opportunity.
Oh, GH failed!
He didn't blink! He didn't get the crash! Now the double stun is in there from Kaka! Really catching Team Liquid on the back heels. Rapid Nature bounces through, however, so at least they can get the Lina back. But right now, 2 heroes down for either side. It's Faith on the run with Mugi down south away from Kuro. While Mind Control and Matubberman turn their attention towards Kaka. Another double stun from this Nyx assassin. And Team Liquid, they're going to be sad about this if they can't get more, and they're looking for it under the tier 1 tower. Mugi is here, ready to fight, but Matubberman stealing that life back, ready to fight up Kaka. Invis for the moment. They'll drop the Sentry Ward under the tower. Spy Carapace, buying space for Kaka. They need more damage. Mind Control dusting out Kaka with a stick charger, still alive back under the tower. He'll survive, but Mind Control does his TP. Nothing to cancel it, so he'll get out. Kaka's stun just a little bit too far off. But Liquid really looking to make up for that, and GH maybe getting a little tired, meant to blink to crush, and it never came.
that was 100%. I'm positive that was a bait from Liquid to keep Miracle in the front lines because GH could just blink crush the Bat Rider the moment the lasso came out, and he didn't get the blink off. Maybe had it on the wrong hotkey. We're gonna see it here. So they jump Miracle, GH. Oh! And that's an infested Lifestealer as well. So Lifestealer now gets blinked into the fight afterwards. And that was really awkward. So it ends up being a 2-for-2, clearly favoring NewBee when you're this far behind. They catch up a little bit.
Oh, GH. He has a haste rune while being ruptured. This is the worst contradiction of abilities.
I love that stutter step you start doing when you're ruptured with haste in those situations. Like, I need to create a little distance, but I need to not die.
One step where I'm a slider, I don't step.
So another kill. All right, NewBee are showing signs of life in this game. This game could have already been completely out of control if it was not one of these top caliber teams. They're even going to find Kuro in mid. Another kill.
That they are. Able to bring down the Lich. Nature's Prophet, however, now with the Shadow Blade, he's become the Infest bomb, working to bring down Mugi. Mugi doesn't have the life to survive this, trying to go left and right, but that's not going to dodge you. The Tumbleman and Mind Control team up beautifully and find that pick off. The rest of NewBee now rotate up. And they're looking for the aggressive wards of Team Liquid. But Liquid, very, they're changing that ward position every single time.
And now they're going to go aggressively on mid. Oh, Crush actually connects, but nobody can really follow up on this.
They're looking towards that mid. There is no lasso available. The tower's already taken. So really smart from Liquid. With no Bloodseeker, hard to take the fight. In fact, Team Liquid now turn their attention towards Roshan. This is a very obvious move, however, considering they're doing it underneath that Radiant Observer ward. Quick sentries down, so NewBee will get rid of that high ground vision the Team Liquid have around the pit. So they go for a more defensive ward. Roshan's down to 2k. KP, he does have the Firefly. Blinkers up in 1 second time. 1 second will be perfect. But then again, the initiation's already happened. Faith letting it go. Mataman standing right in front, taking it at the same time. You've got SEC, a perfect stun. Troll Warlord's out. Kaka wants his TP. These Ancients are not his friends. That Lich ulti just would not stop the bounce. SEC, he's on the run now. From 2 heroes, about to become 3, but the third doesn't even arrive in time. This Lina just does not have the life to survive in the engagements. And Aegis the Immortal remains on Miracle.
And this should be the tier 2 as well. Mind Control was out hunting couriers once again. A little bit of duck hunt. Didn't find it this time though. But connects with his team immediately, and here goes the push again. So Liquid, a little bit of a hiccup before, but they've immediately stabilized again, getting the Aegis, now the tier 2, progressing toward even more key items. There's going to be the Desolator will come out for Lifestealer after this tower, making that Lifestealer bomb a lot more dangerous. And they have these 2 ways of jumping in. I think when you're playing Lifestealer, having 2, I generally call them vehicles, is really powerful because when you're the opposing team, if you're playing against Lifestealer and it's like there's a Lifestealer bomb with Puck, then if you see Puck on the map, you're like, okay, well, that means Lifestealer he can either be infested in this guy that we see or he's unlikely to jump me. When there's 2 options, whenever Mind Control shows, they need to be scared of GH and vice versa. So there's no guarantee that NewBee can ever really split. And I think that's such a powerful combination with Nature's Prophet, right? That he can both be the vehicle and the one forcing the split. And then you use Lifestealer together with that. So it's something we've seen historically in quite a lot of games, actually. Nature's Prophet and Lifestealer together. It's just a proven combo. It works so well.
So many players missing on the map for NewBee at the moment. The only one that was showing themselves was KP previously. Now SC shows himself up on the top. So Liquid want to work it out. It won't be too difficult. They can just move to the top lane and look for that fight. Mind Control, he TP'd in almost on top of his tier 2 tower. Just to try and add a little bit of momentum. KP, Firefly's up, already starts his TP as Firefly is wearing off. They don't want this fight. Team Liquid just not coming to the engagement fast enough for their liking.
A little bit too early on the opening for Mind Control. I think he wanted that exact thing to happen.
GH, you lucky duck. He just found an Invis rune in the bottom river, and SCCC is probably the one. Actually, no, they're all backing up. NewBee didn't see this. Their observer wards are mainly focused around Roshan on both the northern side as well as the southwest. So they just they farm in the protected areas, or at least the vision areas.
GH, that Invis rune can't toggle sprint without breaking it.
Oh, he's found a target.
Slowly but steadily just blow up
Kaka's walked up, he doesn't have Invis available, and it really is a blow up.
That's even a Nature's Prophet ultimate connecting there from Mind Control. Very nice timing. Didn't need it, but, you know, style points.
Mind Control might even have a crack at KP. Sprout
here.
just looking for the flying vision on KP. There's more support on the way. GH sprint comes off cooldown, so he'll have that movement speed, but KP wisely playing the mind game. He's got 16 seconds till his TP comes off cooldown, so he blinks and goes deeper into the dire jungle. Even if he does die, he's still wasting time of Team Liquid if they chase him.
Whose time is he really wasting, though? That's the question. I mean, they're just like, whatever. Let him cut away. I think KP is doing the perfect thing here, trying to bring down.
Oh, wow. He actually could have sniped the courier if he waited half a second longer.
I think he would have died. I'm pretty sure.
In his mind, he thought that. Mind control. He was looking for the TP. Miracle wrapping around the back. Nyx Assassin, where's that detection? They actually don't have it yet. It was coming on the courier with the 2 sentry wards. So Kaka, he's wrapping up. The courier's flying in at the moment, but already that tower is gone.
He saw it on the ward. He's gonna get this.
On the way back, he's got the damage. Get ready for res, everybody. Kaka, snipe, boom, done. 36 people are now happier.
41, I think. Maybe got slightly happier as well.
Okay, maybe Kaka's not so happy. Faith at the bottom lane. Mind control's just stalking this poor Crystal Maiden. Puts the triggers down. Frostbite. Wrath of Nature bouncing through. Faith, lucky for the moment, tries to cut his way through the trees. Has a couple of one charges. Difficult to run on that bottom lane while Kuro initiates the top. Faith will still actually successfully TP out of that bottom lane fight. While Liquid were looking for the real big initiation up on top. They'll force the issue anyway in a bit. Miracle has that BKB to come.
I think we're approaching the point when NewBee have their best chance of the game, apart from that one early fight they took that was good. They almost have the Radiance on Bloodseeker, and Lina is close to... I mean, he's not going to get the full Bloodstone probably in time for that, but he could maybe have the Soul Booster, so they have something to fight back with. They're not going to win by just sitting in their base. Like and at the same time, it's so scary to come out. That's the power of Liquid's draft, but you've got to play to your strengths. So I think NewBee, they'll get this Radiance, they'll try for a smoke play, see if they can get a couple of picks or maybe even a full-on team fight. And if that doesn't work, they might just end up conceding the game. Because I think if they lose this next fight, they're going to lose their base, more than likely.
Yeah. And they're aware of that, so everything that they can do. Pickoffs to try and delay the fight, get their better items before Team Liquid come high ground. That's what they have to look for, but Liquid are just always together now. 5 heroes, 1 infested inside the Slanter. Nyx Assassin gets some good vision out. Kuro, Miracle, and Mind Control all visible. Kaka needs a good opening, but they've already lost KP. So the opening is gone. The Blink Lasso and then Kaka selling the back line was the best way NewBee could have begun this fight, but it's too late now. As Liquid bear down this bottom lane. No Aegis Maul and Miracle, but the BKB is ready to be popped.
100 gold for Radiance. He got it there with that blood rate. So he's going to buy that and send it out to himself.
But he's waiting. He's holding on to his buyback. Nyx Assassin, he's the one being initiated on. Spike Campus creates a little bit more space. Can't get the stun. The Laguna Blade does pop the Slanter, so at least amplification is gone. But Mind Control, with his own BKB up and running, has already beaten the crap out of the tower. Lifestealer, stunned up from SCCCC, but he doesn't have enough damage. Without the Laguna Blade, they cannot pop that armor-toggling Lifestealer. The Blood Right will force Team Liquid back as a Tier 3 tower limping alive.
And now he's going to buy the Radiance. So Liquid backing off. Mugi feels like, okay, they can't go immediately again. Chose to hold on to the buyback, as you mentioned. I think that could have been a moment of opportunity, to be honest. Like, Liquid had 3 heroes dropping below half, so the Bloodseeker was getting really fast, and if he has a Radiance there and they connect on literally any spell, he could maybe get in and get some damage off. With Sardar dead, his Bloodseeker is not that instant of a kill anymore without that amplification for its pays, but it's very clear how NewBee stand mentally in this game. They feel very pressured.
They need KP.
And here we go.
There's so much pressure on KP to get that Blink Lasso, because then they can just focus one target, pick him off straight away. They want to be Miracle, so that BKB never comes into play. Smoke, oh, Nyx Assassin, again, great vision up from him. He'll come underneath the Dire Sentry Ward, and they'll see he misses the Burrow Strike, and now they're jumping in, hitting very hard. Slanter so low, he will fall the lasso. They're pushing the Troll Warlord up on the cliff. KP successful with that, while the Rupture on the backline's Mind Control. BKB won't protect him from this. Mookie, he's got the damage output, but not when he's getting Frost Blast down on 98. HP, Matama needs to hit, able to do so. 3 heroes lost and Miracle clipped.
Oh, what a nice view.
He gives a TP scroll over.
He's just looking down, great, just yelling from the distance, great job, team.
It's like, Kuro, you must do your job as a support. Please send me a TP scroll, ASAP.
So, that fight, I think, could have maybe gone different if Bloodseeker got the last hit, but Lina took the kill, so the Bloodseeker didn't heal up, and then Matoma just walks in and gets that kill. At the same time, though, if this jump from GH connects, I think it's just an absolute trashing, but he was guessing for the Nyx. He didn't have the information. Misses the stun, they instantly kill him. Shrine even actually, look at that. Maiden just gets two-shot by Lifestealer.
Oh, we can come back live as Team Liquid pushing into the bottom lane. Troll Warlord, the dust is up. They have the vision. Laguna Blade's available. They're saving it. They don't need it to get this kill on Troll Warlord. And now it's Team Liquid on the run. GH is arriving and so is Nature's Prophet. Infest up. They're going in once more. Blink looking for the crush. The Frostbite. Perfect timing from Faith. Creating space. Is still the Troll Warlord down. The Courier is the only thing for the Radiant side to die until Faith then follows it into the grave. Lifestealer, they got to keep their detection up. Sentry Ward is down. The Glimmer Cape of Koro really causing problems for NewBee to commit in these detection items. But Matumberman, oh no, the Lincoln Spear. He had it up. KP blinked in. He was looking for the lasso. The lasso is the thing to trigger the Lincoln Spear. And now it's 4 heroes down. I don't know if NewBee can really repel this. They may even lose SCCC. Mind Control DKBs protect himself from the Live Strike Array. And now he'll die. The denial from the Bloodstone, but this is not the position NewBee thought they were going to have. They were the ones to get the initial kill. And now they're losing 2 lanes of Brax.
Liquid showing really good fighting understanding here. They lose their troll, and a lot of teams will be like, all right, we lost our Kara, we got to back off. But they played the high ground advantage very nicely. They get the turnaround with the quick and fast play, and just understand that in this position they can win the fights 4-on-5 or 4-on-4 at the very least if the right abilities have been used. And that's going to be 2 lanes of barracks here, looking toward the end of a quick game 1, unless NewBee pull off some absolutely miraculous smoke play.
And
nope.
GG,
They don't.
They know it's over. You've lost 2 lanes of Brax. Liquid showed the lower bracket matchup that they would hold their advantage. They would keep the split push going and bleed NewBee dry. Instead, NewBee tap out and pushes into game 2.
So this is where we're going to need to see how the teams adapt. They tried to counterpick this Nature's Prophet with 2 heroes. They got the Nyx and the Batrider. Mind Control still ran them over in the laning stage completely. I'm expecting a Nature's Prophet ban or pick from NewBee in the next game early on. We'll see how they choose to adjust.
I'm looking for that change in the mid lane. This is now multiple times where you wonder, like, is this mid lane going to be enough? The struggle, the attack, and then this lich